Hi, this is Dr. Bharadwaz. I am CEO and homeopathy doctor at Fidicus Homeopathy. Today we will look into one of the important topics, that is DSM. DSM is known as Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. So everyone knows about ICD-11 and World Health Organization. And what is the specialty? So ICD-11 and DSM-5 are same, but there is some difference. ICD-11 is a general one. It is used by all the doctors for all the diseases. But DSM-5 is specialty for mental disorders or psychological disorders or psychiatric disorders. This is a specialty. If you want to know more about mental disorders, or do you want to diagnose mental disorders, or do you want to classify mental disorders, you can use either ICD-11 or DSM-5. But most of the people uses DSM-5 rather than ICD-11, because this is a specialty only for psychiatric disorders. That's the reason most of the doctors use DSM-5. If you are speaking generally anything about mental disorders, that is from DSM-5, not from ICD-11. There is a link between DSM-5 and ICD-11. There is a mapping. So every disease or every disorder within DSM-5 can be mapped to ICD-11. That is also available. We will check that one. But when do you use DSM-5? DSM-5 is to categorize and to diagnose mental disorders. So that is DSM-5. And coming to what is DSM, you can see DSM-5. DSM-5 is a diagnostic and statistical manual. Diagnostic means if you want to diagnose a mental disorder, you cannot name it as you want. You have to come here and you have to check in DSM-5 whether it is satisfying the diagnostic criteria. If it satisfies the diagnostic criteria, if the symptoms of the patient satisfies the diagnostic criteria, then only you can name the disease as mental disorder as stated in the DSM-5. And also it is a statistical manual. Next, coming to what it actually contains, you can see classification system and diagnostics tool. So you can classify the mental disorders and also you can diagnose the mental disorders using this DSM-5. So who published it? It is published by American Psychiatric Association, APA. It is one of the premier associations for psychiatrists in the world. So this is the work of American Psychiatric Association. So we will look into what is American Psychiatric Association. You can go to their website and check basically what it is. Leading psychiatric organization in the world. This is the best psychiatric organization in the world. Who are all involved in this? Who can all participate or who can all registered into American Psychiatric Association? One is psychiatric practice. Who are the qualified doctors around the world or within US can be part of American Psychiatric Association. And also the researchers. If anyone wants to do research on psychiatric diseases or psychology, can be under can get the membership from American Psychiatric Association. And also academia. Academia means there are a lot of professors and also students who are students of psychiatry and professors of psychiatry or lecturers of psychiatry. All those people can come or utilize this American Psychiatric Association. Where is it located? It is located in Washington DC, USA. This is by name itself you can see that it is related to America. So in America it is located in Washington DC. And coming to versions, you can see there are different versions of DSM. The latest version is DSM-5. It was published in 2013, and there are some additions to DSM-5. They are calling it as TR. TR means text review. So the fifth edition of DSM-5, you can note that fifth edition of DSM-5 is released in March 2022, and it has many changes compared to DSM-5. What are those changes? There are some new diseases added to it, and also there is a mapping between DSM-5 and ICD-11. This mapping, there are a lot of changes in the codes for mapping between DSM-5 and DSM-11, and also there are some updations to diagnostic criteria. How to diagnose a disease? There will be some criteria for it. Even that criteria is updated. New disorders are added. So there is a lot of changes from DSM-5, which was released in 2013, and DSM-5-TR fifth edition, which is released in March 2022. That you have to remember. To understand DSM-5, it is very important for you to understand its hierarchy. How DSM-5 is structured. The structure of this DSM-5 you have to understand. It has four positions. It hierarchy has four positions. You can see first one is section. Okay, after section you will have chapter. After chapter you will have group. After group you will have disorder. This is the four hierarchy. It has four hierarchy from top to bottom. Coming to the sections, there are four sections. You can see first hierarchy is the section, and you have four sections. And it is very important for you to understand what each section contains. First section is section 1 is basics. You give all the introduction about DSM and what are the various versions, who worked on it, what are the different terminology used in it. You'll get all the basics in section 1. And the important section is section 2. Section 2 is diagnostic criteria and codes. This is the important section. This is the largest section. This is where you have all the disorders listed in the hierarchy. This is the section 2. And coming to section 3, so it is emerging measures and models. Here it is given various methods how to diagnose the disease, or various forms, or various measures or models are given in this section 3. And the section 4 is appendix. These are additional details. You need not worry about this, and you have to remember the important section is section 2. And coming to section 2, diagnostic criteria and codes, there are 22 chapters in it. So under this one, under section 2, there are 22 chapters. Under each chapter there are again disorders. There are multiple disorders, and above the disorder sometimes it is classified into groups. For some there are no groups, or some sections there are groups. You have to remember, section is the first one. After section you will have chapters. It has 22 chapters. After chapters, in some categories you have groups and some you don't have. And also under each group you again have disorders. Sometimes under chapters there are disorders directly given. Sometimes there are groups under chapters. Under groups again disorders are given. This is the hierarchy of DSM-5. If you understand this, it is easy for you to look into the DSM-5, which we are going to see in the further session. Yeah, this is the hierarchy. First one is section. You can see it here. Under section you will have chapters. Under chapters you can sometimes have group, or sometimes have disorder. This group is optional. So some of the chapters has groups and some of the chapters doesn't have groups. Under chapter there are directly disorders given, but in some chapters there are groups. Under groups the disorders are given. This hierarchy you have to remember to understand DSM. Let's take an example. So the example would be global developmental delay. This is one of the psychological disorders. To which section it belongs? So all the disorders comes under only section 2. The section 2 is diagnostic criteria and codes. Under diagnostic criteria and codes, there is chapter 1. Chapter 1 is neurodevelopmental disorders. There are 22 chapters. In that 22 chapters, first chapter, this is the first chapter, is neurodevelopmental disorders. Under neurodevelopmental disorders, there are again groups. That group is intellectual development disorders. Under intellectual developmental disorders, different disorders are given. In that disorder, one of the disorder is global developmental delay. So this is not mandatory. Some of the chapters has this, or some of the chapters doesn't have this. For global developmental delay, this is the hierarchy. You can see it here, global developmental disorder. This is one more way of representing the hierarchy. First one is sections. It belongs to section 2, diagnostic criteria and codes. Second one is chapter, neurodevelopmental disorders. After chapter it has group, intellectual developmental disorders, and within the group it is global developmental delay. This is the hierarchy of DSM-5. You have to understand before you look into the DSM. Now we will see how to look into DSM-5 website. You just need to Google and DSM-5. The first one you get is American Psychiatric Association. When you click on this, you will have a lot of details about DSM-5. Here you can see Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5-TR. This is the current version, is the 5th edition. And if you go below, you can see lot of details. What are the changes, how it is compared to ICD-11 or ICD-10. All those details are given. And important thing you have to understand here is it is paid. You have to buy this version. So as you know, DSM-5 is the paid version. You have to purchase it if you want. But this is on contrary to ICD-11. ICD-11 browser version, you can get it for free, but this is paid version. But no need to worry, there are a lot of PDF versions are available by other people. You can just go to Google and search DSM-5-TR edition 11. You will get a lot of links and you can go there and download it. One more important thing you need to understand about DSM-5 is there are a lot of social media platforms given here. You can see they have Facebook, they have Instagram, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, and also TikTok. There are a lot of options given here. So, and we go to one by one. First one is Facebook. You can see there is a specialized Facebook page. You can follow this. Next one is Instagram account. They are active in Instagram as well. You can follow this. Next one is X. They are most active on X, so everyone should subscribe to this. Next one is there are a lot of videos given. You can see almost 194 videos given on DSM, so or American Psychiatric Association in their YouTube. Next one is LinkedIn. These are for professionals, so you can follow this on LinkedIn as well. Next one is TikTok. TikTok is not allowed in some of the countries. If your country allows TikTok, you can follow them on TikTok as well. And the important one is their website. This is their main website. Everyone mark this website and regularly visit this website. This website is not useful for general people. It is used for academicians or the students or anyone doing the research or practicing psychiatry or psychology, or professional psychiatric doctors need this website. But it is also important to you what is happening latest in a particular disease. When your kid or your loved ones is suffering from any of the mental disorders, it is very useful for them as well to follow all these social platforms. So this is the importance of DSM, and this is a website or social pages for DSM-5. You can see this is the DSM-5 Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, text revision, DSM-5-TR. This is the latest version. This is the PDF version you can get on internet. When you scroll down, you'll get lot of details. Important one here is sections. You can see there are 4 sections. So first section is basics. Second section is diagnostic criteria and codes. This is one of the important sections. All the disorders are mentioned here, and there are different chapters within it. Neurodevelopmental disorders, bipolar disorder, depressive disorders are given in the main page itself. After that, you have section 3, emerging measures and modules, and you have an appendix. These are the sections within DSM. If you go deep into it, again in every section, all the details are given. You can download it and go through it. At Fidicus Homeopathy, you have 2 types of consultation. One is online consultation and one is in-person consultation. Again, online, it can be audio call or video call of your choice. Wherever you are located in the world, you can call us or you can video call us. If you already have the reports, you can share the reports with us personally, and if any other reports are needed or any other tests are needed, we will let you know. You can get them locally and send back to us. The medicines will be shipped to you within 3 days if you are in India, within 4 days if you are in US, and within 5 days if you are in any other place than US. So I'm saying about working days. Your medicines reaches to your doorsteps. And coming to in-person consultation, you can inquire about the nearest branch and you can directly come and consult us for psychological disorders or any other disorders you have. This is our phone number 7997101303. You can have the consultation here. We are Fidicus Homeopathy. Fidicus Homeopathy, you have the highest chance of health, you have the highest success, transparent treatment and personal care with us. Thank you.